Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 27 of Civilization 5. Just looking around the map and looking at Vatican City here with the massive amount of oil that they have and aluminium. I'd really love to get that city. I don't really want to attack them, although I quite easily could take them out. We are at war with them at the moment anyway because they're actually allied to England. So we could go and take Vatican City, but I don't really have the happiness, and taking too many cities is going to be problematic to defend, but certainly we could probably afford, once we've declared peace with England, we could certainly get allied with them and take that oil from them. I think that would be a really good thing to do. In the meantime, though, we shall continue with our war with England. I think I have sunk most of their ships. They may still have the odd one or two around that I haven't spotted yet. Hopefully I can avoid losing any ships though. I should be able to move some of my ships within range of London and start firing, and they've just given me another 200 gold, which is very nice of them, so we'll be going and grabbing that very shortly. 17 turns and we get another great scientist. Looks like Hastings is still being attacked by our city-state ally. So let's go ahead and move you over to our own territory here. We'll start off by moving this privateer down here, and we will get ourselves another 200 free gold. And then we're going to start moving into position where we can attack London. So we can move here quite safely, and we can attack London. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but, you know, London cannot fire back from there, so let's go and move you down to... Right, you'll be in range there, but there you are safe, so we'll move you there. London's actually going to fall quite quickly with us doing this. You're just going to move back here behind the battleships and just go on to alert. We'll go on to the next turn. Another archaeological site done. Again, it should probably be a landmark because it's next to Karakorum, so it is close enough to work. What tile here could we potentially give up to work that instead? 5 turns until new growth. We could just wait for that, or we could maybe 6 turns. Yeah, we'll do that. That's not too bad. You're just going to wait there. Let's go on to the next turn. Okay, so taking London might be a little bit easier than I expected. Still not sure if I want to take York. It has citrus and it has pearls. And I don't think I have either of those. So I would potentially gain extra happiness from having 2 new unique luxuries. There again, it does depend whether or not those pearls are part of London or part of York, so I'm not too bothered about Hastings. Yes, it has a manufactory. Yes, it has Machu Picchu. But apart from that, it's quite crappy. These two could potentially be good, so I may well take both of them. A lot of it is going to come down to how much unhappiness I have. Looks like Bogota is actually trying to land troops now. Well, I still haven't seen any English ships, so let's make sure we just keep firing upon London. Be nice if they sent those cargo ships out, but they probably won't. A unit needs orders. You have built that fort over there. I think you can go and build another fort over here, and that'll be incredibly useful. Now, we do actually have 4 oil here, but we don't have a workboat. That is quite an interesting thing, isn't it? So how easily could we get a workboat there? We'd have to be very, very careful. We'd have a lot of nasty stuff we'd have to get around in order to get there. We could go ahead and produce a workboat at Antium. How much would that cost us? 320. I think that is worth it. It'll take us a while to get around, but we'll give it a go. Now, I've also rigged the election at Vatican City. There's only a 53% chance if we coup, so we're not going to bother with that. And you've just arrived there. You can stay there for now. We do want to save up a little bit of money because, of course, we'd like to upgrade our privateers to destroyers. 3 battleships is probably enough because the AI is quite bad at naval combat, but getting a 4th would certainly be nice. I wouldn't say no to an extra battleship. Now, the only problem I've got at the moment with London is I can't see how many units England have close by. And the problem is, if I take London with my privateer, there's a possibility that that England may have enough units to take London back, and then I'd lose the privateer. So maybe I have to move in a little bit closer with something and just see. But I don't think they've got a lot. I mean, they've been at war with a lot of people for a long time, and I think they're pretty much just throwing every last unit they have. I really do think England is kind of screwed at the moment. We've got another unit promotion here. We now have targeting 3 on all of our battleships. Now, of course, that makes them stronger against naval units. But they don't really need to be strong against land units, because mostly what they're doing is naval bombardment. But if we can actually get them up to having logistics and they get 2 shots per turn, that is going to be very, very useful. Sebeshbelik has grown, and you've now gone back to working that rather pointless tile, but I guess we can just put you in a 2 food tile. There's nothing wrong with doing that. We've also got Belo Horizonte grown as well. You've decided to work that 1 food and 3 hammers. Let's go ahead and actually put you in this tile, because that will be finished quite soon. Units needing orders. Caravan. Can't believe we still have caravans. You were going to Yerevan. Well, there's no point in getting rid of it right now. Simply because we already have some spare trade routes that we're not actually using. So I'm not going to bother doing anything with that. Now, this workboat. Going to have to be really careful with it, because we need to sneak around Vatican City without losing it. But hopefully, we can get it all the way around to Brazil. Well, to Rio de Janeiro, and actually get that oil. So that'll be good for us. You are going to Sped Religion. And then you'll probably move over and do Yerevan. And then from there, I don't know what we're going to do with you. We'll have to sort of play that one by ear. So we'll just wait. If London doesn't fall on the next turn, it should be the turn after. I'm just hoping nobody else runs in and ninjas it. I think we should be okay. Yep, she already wants to make peace, and she wants to give me York. This is another good thing. We might not even need to attack York. We might just be able to take it in the peace deal. Now, they do have another privateer, which I'd prefer to get rid of than allow to stay around, so they probably won't be able to give us York in the peace deal, actually, because if we take London, then York will probably become their new capital, and as a result, they won't be able to give it away. So let's go ahead and shoot that. Yes, it does waste one of our shots against London, but that's fine. London is going down, whether it wants to or not. We can't steal from Brazil, which is fine. We pretty much knew that. Pedro is constructing the Eiffel Tower and is launched a sneak attack on someone else. We'll share the intrigue with Ram. So you're working on the Eiffel Tower, are you? So how many turns do you have left? 3 turns. How many turns do we have left? Watch it be 4. 4 turns. Ha, 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 ha. That's unfortunate. Can I speed that up? Even if I have to put the city into starvation, can I speed that up at all? What about if I start working the factory slots? And the workshop? Can I do anything at all to speed that up? Let us stop working any tile that is just giving us food and no production. You're not giving us any production, so if we put you in there, still 4 turns. You're just food. If you can give us some production as well. Anything that gives us more than 1 production? Not really. Got it right, 3 turns. We've got it to 3 turns. We might be able to get it if it... because it should process our turn first. Oh, hang on. Not 1 production, 2 production. It should process our turn first. This is risky, but it might work. We'll see what happens. Happiness for each harbour, seaport and lighthouse. We could grab that. We could get a level 2 tenant. Watermill hospitals, medical labs. That's quite nice. Specialists in cities produce half the amount of unhappiness. And landmarks and great person improvements produce +4 of the appropriate yield, which is great because that also works on on academies, but I think we need to get rid of the unhappiness penalty at the moment because we're about to take some cities. That's our biggest concern right now. Workers, we're one turn away from railroad, so just move down here to Beshbalik and do nothing for now. And then you're going to start building some railroads. We've got a caravan that was going to Kabul. Not great, I suppose. Might as well carry on with it, though. I'm glad I sent my spy there now, because I know that they're working on it. Hopefully I can beat them to it. That's the plan. So we need to try and sneak you around safely, hopefully. You are going to work your way over to Yerevan. That's all we can do on that turn. So, let's hope Brazil doesn't suddenly boost his production in that city. I mean, we will end up taking that city anyway, so even if he does beat me to it, I will be able to take it. But I prefer it to be in my own territory than in something I have captured. And it's going to be a little while before we get around to taking it anyway. Are you prepared to give me a decent deal for it yet? No. Fine, I guess we'll have to go on to accept. Saying that, would you swap for gems? Would you do a straight swap? Brilliant. Okay, so that's given us even more happiness. So it looks like we'll be able to take London and York, and we should get an extra couple of luxuries, unique luxuries for it, so that should help things out for us. Now, who are Brazil at war with again? Because they're really trying to move some units through here. Who are you at war with, Brazil? Oh, Brazil's at war with England as well. I see. That's fine. Shouldn't be too tricky now. An enemy is near. Interesting. Okay, railroad. Right, a lot of stuff just happened there, so let's deal with these one at a time. So, borders of Karakorum have just grown to something completely pointless. Great. Pedro is plotting against Morocco. We will share intrigue, because why not? Rio de Janeiro has grown, and you are now working that tile, which is not bad, because it's 2 production, 2 food, and 2 gold. There are probably better tiles that you could be working. 9 turns until growth, 9 turns until growth. Doesn't make a lot of difference. Might as well just stay in that one then. So Rio has grown. We've got a Wheel of the King Day because we've just got gems. Gold from Pakal has ended. You are an enemy ship, are you not? Well, okay. And we've captured it. Awesome. I wondered if that had happened. We want to get this oil. There's also fish down here that we could grab that we don't necessarily need to. Ban luxury crab, ban luxury gems. Well, we don't want to ban gems because we've only just got some. So we'll definitely commit the delegates to that. Crab will probably get banned. But we don't have any anyway, so that's fine. Karakorum has finished its infantry. Wasn't aware that I was even still building one there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a research lab. Let's just have a quick look at Sao Paulo. 2 turns away from getting the Eiffel Tower. We should still be 2 turns away. I should have actually sent some extra production down there with one of those caravans, really. That might have been enough to tip it over. Let's just hope we can still get it. Worker, you are now going to start working on railroads. Infantry is just going to go on to alert. And I guess we just carry on with the bombardment of London at this point. It's not quite down to 0 health. We could take it though. There we go, London is ours. The only problem we've got now is we don't want London sending any units over here and trying to... we don't want any London sending any more units over here and actually trying to take stuff, take it back from us. So we've got citrus and we've got pearls, so 2 unique luxury resources does pretty much offset the happiness penalty. So we'll go ahead and try and grab York simply because it has aluminium. It does have a manufacturer as well, so it's not going to be a terrible city to take. Now again, I'm going to try and stick close to Japanese borders as much as possible. Try and keep far away from Vatican City. So, we know the city converted. Enemy is near, we've already dealt with that. England lost its capital. Yeah, I know I'm responsible. So, we're going to try and take York, and then we'll peace out with England. I mean, England don't have anything else that they can respond with. I mean, they'd have to move through Japan to move units down through Hastings. They might have something down here in York. Yeah, there we go. You see, they do have a few units around which we can deal with. And we will have to deal with. Because we don't want them taking London back. Taking out the melee unit first is the most important. Because it's only the melee unit that can take the city. Right, banning crabs passes, but that doesn't affect us. Somewhere else loves the king because we have citrus. Wine. We were selling wine to Japan, apparently. He doesn't appear to want it anymore. Could possibly sell wine to Pedro. Actually, he wants dyes. He wants wine. I don't want you... Well, actually, I wouldn't mind oil, but I'd prefer it if you just gave me money. Would you be willing to do 6? Yeah, okay. And what about wine? Would you give me 6 gold per turn for wine? Yes, he would. And would you give me 6 gold per turn for citrus? Yes, he would. So we'll get all that back when we declare war on him. Our turn to make a proposal. We would like... What would we like? Could try and revoke the world religion. Let's go for the international games. Nobody ever dislikes anybody that goes for the international games. Units needing orders. We have a worker that is done here, so you can go ahead and start working on a railroad there. You can't upgrade yet, so you're just going to heal. You can upgrade to an ironclad. Now, do ironclads upgrade to... Yeah, ironclads do upgrade to destroyers, so we will upgrade you to an ironclad, and then later on we can upgrade you to a destroyer. It's a bit costly, but not a problem. So, first of all, we get rid of the melee unit. We can sink it in a single shot, nice and easy. Secondly, we need to get rid of that artillery. Now, that is going to take us a couple of shots, but that is fine. We don't have to rush straight down there and go for York. They do have a great general up there, but I don't know if they have any units supporting it. We'll leave the privateer in there. I don't think they're going to be able to take London. Keeping the privateer in there means that we get a extra damage from oligarchy. So let's try and move around with the workboat here. We might end up losing that workboat. It's got quite a distance it needs to travel, but it's only a workboat. It's not the end of the world. Losing quite a lot of money at the moment. We definitely need to get some more trade routes up and running. Of course, it won't be quite as bad when we win on at war. Obviously, at the moment, there you go, people like it because we made that proposal. The problem is, because we've taken an extra city, we are paying the maintenance cost. He completed the Eiffel Tower. Why did it count for him before me? So annoying. Anyway, because we've taken London, we're paying maintenance costs for all of the buildings in there, but London isn't making us any money. That's really annoying, Pedro. That it processed it for you before it processed it for me. Well, it's given us another 1,500 gold. He's constructing Broadway. Karakorum has grown. Antium has grown. Again, the city of much useless. Choose production. We finished... Right, Cristo de Redentor. Do we want to just try and build that in Rome? We know he's not working on Cristo de Redentor, so we'll queue that up afterwards. Well, he might be working on it in a different city. I don't know. So what do we want to do over here? How long is it going to take him to get Broadway? Should I just be really cruel and just nab it from under him? No, 16 turns. I can't even beat him to it if I wanted to. So we will reset all the tiles. We will put the specialists in the university and the public school. And then... Actually, I want to take everyone out of all of these tiles for the moment. We'll just do this manually because it does make life a little bit easier. And let's see what we want to work. Wow, it's a lot of people here, a lot of population. Okay, so we definitely want to lock in the cultural sites because that was the reason that we got them in the first place. 4 food and 2 production we'd never say no to. 6 production, we definitely want to keep that going. And then 4 food tiles are nice, but 3 food and 3 production is a much higher value tile. As is obviously 4 food and 2 production. Anything that gives you 4 food plus something else is definitely worth hanging on to. Then we would like to maybe grab some of the production tiles and some of the food tiles as well, because we are still starving at this point. So we'll go ahead and grab some of the 4 food tiles. Obviously 4 food, 1 production, 1 gold there. We're actually growing in 2 turns. That's a good tile because it's giving us some gold, and we don't have massive amounts of gold at the moment. We've got 3 left, 2 food and 4 production. And then let's just go ahead and grab the other 4 production tiles. So what we could do now is go and grab a... Do we want to get a broadcast tower? Would certainly help with the culture. I think we're just going to go for research labs though. Stadiums are good. We'll research lab and then queue up a stadium. Do we have anywhere close enough to a mountain to build Neuschwanstein? 20 turns for Neuschwanstein. We could go for Neuschwanstein here, but I think again we'll leave it for a while. Neuschwanstein isn't one that the AI tends to get to quickly, simply because they specifically need to be near a mountain to do it. So sometimes you get away with it. So we know what he's constructing. Antium has grown. Karakorum has grown. You are working that tile, which is pretty puny, I have to admit. Why don't you work that tile? It's much better. I suppose it's because it's production focused. It went for that one first. It makes a lot of sense. And you can't be promoted yet, so you're just going to heal up. You're going to do nothing. You are going to heal up as well. You guys can go back to... Well, I say go back to attacking London. You need to come down here now. They have a privateer that they would like to get rid of. So we will happily oblige them with that. You can move over here and you can actually start attacking York. You can move down to here and you can also start attacking York. And we're going to have ourselves another city in the not too distant future. Brazil has denounced the mayor, but that is all we have time for on this video, so I'm going to end it there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying this series of Civ 5. And remember, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking this video and subscribing if you've enjoyed what you've seen. And remember, if you'd like to help support me and the channel, there's a completely optional Patreon that I have, and the link to that is in the description below. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.